Every wedding anniversary, my wife and I try to take time to watch our wedding film together. It's a perfect reminder of how we fell in love, the promises we made to each other, and the loving community that surrounded us that day. Aside from hiring a filmmaker whose style we liked, there were a few things that happened that helped our film turn out well, and another few things that I wish I had known. I want to share with you the advice I wish I had been given so that you can have peace of mind on your wedding day knowing that your wedding film is going to be the best film possible. Making the most of your wedding film, part 1. The first piece of advice I have is the simplest but sometimes the hardest to follow, and it's just enjoy each other and enjoy your guests. There are a few practical things you can do to make this happen. One being hire a wedding planner that you trust, another keeping certain problematic people off of your guest list when you're making it. Something at some point is going to go wrong, and that's okay. And this should be obvious, but when you're making your wedding day itinerary, plan to do the things that you want to do with the people you want to be with, and that will make for a good wedding film. Of course, we're there to guide you and pose you whenever it's needed, but there's nothing we love more than seeing you spontaneously having a good time with your people. Without fail, the best wedding films that we make are the ones where the couple is having the most fun. Our second piece of advice that'll make both for a better wedding day and a better wedding video is to prioritize your vows and speeches. A wedding film is your love story, and the vows are one of the best places to share exactly what you love about your spouse. Take time well before your wedding to work on your vows. They don't need to be long, they don't need to be fancy. They just need to communicate to your spouse what you love about them and the ways you plan on showing them love in the future. For the speeches, make sure to choose people who know both of you and who know you in relationship. People who can hype you up and tell us more about your love story. Also, if you're serving alcohol at your wedding, we recommend doing the speeches earlier in the night since we've seen a few speeches go south under the influence. To make for a great wedding day and wedding film, prioritize your vows and speeches, communicate to your spouse the ways that you love them, and choose people who are going to hype you up and tell us more about your love story. Making the most of your wedding film, part 3. Our third piece of advice for improving your wedding day and your wedding film is to turn off the music whenever someone is talking. We love live music at weddings, and if we can use that audio in your video, we will try to. But sometimes, unfortunately, it doesn't sound nearly as good recorded as it did live. Our recommendation is to pause the music, whether it's live or recorded, during any speaking portion of the ceremony or reception. This break in the music will make it easier for your guests to hear you and the officiant, and will make the audio quality of your wedding film much better. Sometimes all the audio processing in the world can't get rid of a slightly out of tune violin or piano, and that's the last thing we want for you to hear forever in your wedding vows. Music is wonderful and an essential part of weddings. We recommend turning it off whenever someone is speaking. Making the most of your wedding film, part 4. Our fourth piece of advice for making your wedding day and your wedding film better. This one's really simple. Let us know what you're hoping for. I just want to dance with my husband and friends. You got it. Make sure you film my perfume and my shoes. You got it. I don't want my groomsmen throwing me in the air. I will not ask for that shot. There's going to be a Harley revving when I walk down the aisle. Can you please capture that audio? Absolutely. We are always observing and always looking for the best shots. But if there's something that you absolutely need to have in your wedding film, let us know beforehand so we can put ourselves in the right place at the right time to capture exactly what you need. A good wedding film starts with us listening to you. We want to know as much as possible what's important to you and what your hopes are for your wedding film. Making the most of your wedding film, part 5. Our fifth piece of advice for making your wedding day and your wedding film better is to not skip the couples session. Even if it's brief, a quick golden hour or sunset session with you and your spouse is a much needed way to add depth and intimacy to your wedding film. If, like me, you don't feel comfortable in front of the camera, the good news is you do not need to be professional models for this session. Usually photographers will have a static pose, then we'll take a similar pose and add motion to it, giving you prompts throughout the session. If you're feeling nervous about this session or just want practice, ask us about a save the date session. We'll take you through some of the same poses and movements you'll be using on your wedding day so you can feel more comfortable. Our recommendation is to not skip the couple session, and if you're feeling nervous or want to practice beforehand, get in touch with us and we'd love to do a save the date session with you.